think you make a great point, which is what's your starting place, right? Don't start with having all the fancy fringe stuff around the edges that you own the lithium ETF or this thing or
Yeah.
that thing. Start with the idea of let's get a large, well-diversified portfolio, whether that be risk parity, all-weather, global market portfolio. And then now you can start to inform that portfolio and tilt it to some of
Totally.
what your expectations might be
Yeah.
and what your go ahead.
Like kind of a more sort of like core satellite type of approach. I think, I mean, and you can even I've become a big advocate. I'm so like behavioral based that like I have clients sometimes who come to me and they're like, Cullen, you know what? I just want to fuck around with like 10% of my money. And I know I shouldn't, and I know it's stupid, but it makes me feel better about what I'm doing. And it makes me feel involved, and it makes me interested. It makes me watch the news and stay more on top of stuff. And I totally know I shouldn't be picking these 10 stocks that I found on, the street.com or whatever. And I'm always like, yeah, that's stupid. You shouldn't do that. But if it makes you feel better about the other 90% of your portfolio, and it makes that other 90% perform, better than it otherwise would, then great.
Right. No, I think I'm a big fan of the Hippocratic Oath of portfolio construction, right? First, do no harm, right? When people come to me and say, well, what should I do? I was thinking about these 10 different themes and whether I should go long and short. I'm like, listen, who are you competing against here? Like, you understand that you have a day job, right? You are going to hurt yourself more than not. And rather than do that, you should start with one all-weather approach that can protect you against inflation, deflation, high growth, low growth, the risk parity framework that we always espouse here. And then really assess whether you have an edge. And if you do have an edge, grab that 10 grand or 10% of your portfolio and try it out. See how easy it is, right? Because, maybe he'll be happier ultimately doing it, right? But most people end up coming back to the Hippocratic Oath of portfolios and being balanced and recognizing that you're always going to have big winners and big losers. And even today, I was having this conversation with a very thoughtful advisor who's like, okay, I'm bought in. I was advocating our strategy for like high inflation periods and bear markets is probably a good bet, but we're probably going to underperform in a recovery against the S&P or the Toronto Stock Exchange. And he was like, oh, right. So what you're saying is that I should tilt it at the bottom of bear markets towards equities, and I should tilt away from it and when it's about to drop. So then I went and I showed him a good old-fashioned bear market, not the bear markets that this generation knows about, but 2000 to 2003. I counted 10 bottoms, right? Where if you're living it, you would have been like, this is the bottom. Nope, this is the bottom, and it just went down again and again.
That's
right?
my biggest worry right now.
It's really tough to be a standard investor trying to figure out when the bottom's going to be or when I've been getting it the wrong way for the last 10 years. Right? I've been calling the top. Just look at my Twitter profile. Every other week I call the top. Right. So don't listen to me. It's just it's an interesting
You're the
thing.
Richard Kiyosaki of this group.
That's right.